Hey, good day, everyone. It's your boy, Les Carr, and I am Linda's little brother and Brenda, Marsha, Alicia, Tammy, and Perry's favorite cousin. I have a fabulous taste for sweetness. I love me some Nunabug. I am the serial motivator, PCS, your prosperity consciousness servant at your service. And today, y'all, it's here. It's stimulant date, September the 1st, 2021. So we've had 8 months in since January. And the question that I have, the thought for today is, as you know, we make it our way to success way in whatever we've defined as our success. The question that I have is, in order for you to finish fabulous by December 31st of this year, what's your next education? You see, it's something that we don't know right now that's stopping us to getting where that we want to be. And we want to be on our success way, whatever we've defined that is. And so there's something that's stopping us. There's some education, some information that we're missing out on right now that could make this year just finish like something incredible, something big, something that's even mind-blowing, something that you said at the beginning of this year. If you're like me, see, let me slide this. So you see, if you're like me, we said at the beginning of the year, we wanted to have this accomplished. Where if you're like me, we're on track, right? We're not saying that we're behind, where we are. We're saying right now, if you're like me, ladies and gentlemen, that we're on track. And so I wanted to, let me get us some water here. I want to share something amazing with y'all just really quickly. And it's not a concept. It's a way of managing the time that we have. And everybody knows that the time that we have, the 24 hours in a day that we all have, that's our greatest asset. See, in order for us to finish fabulous in whatever we've defined as our desire, our success, if you're like me, see, you may not be like me, but here's the reason why I believe that I think that you are like me is this, is that whatever success we're at, we always want that success to be at its next level, especially when we're in the area of service. If you're a server, if you're a servant, you always want to serve more. You don't want to say, well, I'm done serving for today. No, a servant doesn't say that. A servant says, and did I mention to y'all that I am your prosperity consciousness servant? Man, I'll never get tired. I'll never stop of serving you to help you get better. Because guess what? If you're like me, we always want to make it to the next level. But it requires one thing. It requires that the time that we have, right, our schedule, it demands our attention. Our success demands our attention in a scheduled type of way. Let me repeat that. If you're like me, then our success, it demands our attention in a scheduled type of way. So as we say down south, here's what I'm fixing to share with you. It's a concept, ladies and gentlemen. You see those numbers there? It's 6190, okay? 6190. Let's talk about the 6. Talk about 6. In 6190, and let's first start with 7. Okay, we're going to start with 7. That's 7 days that, if we're breathing, we have 7 days in a week, right? I remember something that I heard from Constance Arnold, the Think, Believe, and Manifest. It's a podcast on iTunes. It's just quite fabulous. She said, 7 days is wow. 7 days is wow. And guess what the wow stands for? The wow stands for, and this is from Miss Constance Arnold, the wow stands for within 1 week. So we have 7 days, okay? Now, if you're a reader, and if you read, you say that the concept is this. Is 6 days. Let me write that underneath there so you can see that. Plus 1 day equal 7 days. Okay. 6 days plus 1 day equals 7 days. Okay, you're with me so far, right? Okay, so now, and let me give you some more index cards here. And so now, the 6 days, I know you probably read this before. In the 6 days, what do? The 6 days, right? You see that? We work. 6 days, we work. But see, here's the thing. Work can be spelled either W-O-R-K, or as I prefer to spell it, W-U-R-K. See, when we work, right, we're either sharing what you really know. If you're like me, you're sharing. That's what the service is. See, the service is in the work. It all comes back to service, because here's what we know at the Success Way. Forward, the Success Way is service, and service, the Success Way is forward. And so when we work in those 6 days, it's work. And if you're like me, again, you probably have a job that you work 5 days, right? On a job, right? You work 5 days, okay? And so of the 6 days of work, here comes the magic in the 6-1-90, okay? We still got, if we work 5 days on a job, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 powerful day. 1 powerful day. And this is either to develop what you really know, or to serve with what you really know. That 1 day, ladies and gentlemen, that's 1 day for us to work. The concept again is 6-1-90, okay? We work 5 days, maybe on the job, and then we have 1 powerful day for ourselves. But guess what? There's still 1 more day left out of the 7, right? 1 more day left out of the 7. So that other 1 day is, again, the most powerful day. Again, and during those days of the 2 days that we have for ourselves, the 2 days that out of the 7, so we may have to, and maybe right now, if you're like me, maybe we want to do this, right? Maybe we want to get rid of the job. Maybe we want to use the time that we have left, no matter what age you are, the time that you have left, you want to use it for yourself in the area that you choose to serve. Now, maybe you're already in that area of service, but here's what I know, just like I stated earlier, is that if you're already at your current level of service, see, here's the thing, service always seeks its highest level. Like success, it always wants to continue to grow, to expand, and rightfully so, ladies and gentlemen. As if you're like me, as we get better, we need to serve more as we get better, right? So are you getting better? So the question is, again, is What's your next education? From now, from September the 1st till December the 31st, 2021. You could be looking at it this way, as far as you want to accomplish something that you set out to do and you're on track if you're like me. And then you want to look at it this way too, as far as the setup going forward, if you're like me. Either way, you win, ladies and gentlemen. We win. We do this thing together. And so I wanted to share that with you because this month is a very special month. And as many of you guys know, I make up a lot of stuff, right? I really do. And I have this condition. I think I've shared it with you before. I have this condition and it's called ED. And I'm very proud to say, ladies and gentlemen, that I have ED. And it's my humblest wish as your prosperity consciousness servant that you, male or female, young or old, that you develop ED as fast as humanly possible, both male and female, because what we gain when we develop this ED, let me just let the cat out the bag. ED, ladies and gentlemen, is experience and discernment. You see, when we have experience, when we go through life, when we go through this ups and downs, this highs and this lows, we gain this experience, and then we're able to understand what it is that we need to do. We're able to discern which way we need to go in order to get us to the place that we have defined as our desire. Powerful, powerful. When we have this experience and discernment, see, we've developed this condition that over time, we know when to decide when to go or when to stop. And we also understand that when you decide, everything else is dead. Everything else is dead, you see. So as your prosperity consciousness servant, I've made the decision that I want to serve each and every one of you to help you get to where you want to be. In my life right now, y'all, everything else is dead. Everything else is dead. But see, here's my dilemma. Here's my issue. And you know what they say is when you have issues, it's you. So here's my issue. My issue is this thing right here. It's a necessary issue, but see, here's what I've been working on for quite some time. And here's the direction that I'm going. The direction I'm going is, in order for me to get rid of this, right, this JOB that's eating up my time, but rightfully so, because everything is for leverage and not for forever. But when it takes so much of our time, if you're like me, then that income that we need is limiting us. We can only put in so many hours of the day. We can only get so much education that, again, is going to take some time to stay in a particular field of work. But if it's your life passions, then doggone go for it. If it's your life's passion. But if where you are right now isn't where you thought you'd be maybe 2-3 years ago, but you're kind of settling for it because it's just for right now. It's not just right. It never was just right. It was just for right now. How long is now? Have we been waiting a long time for now to come and go, or is now still here? If you're like me, 4 years later, now is still here. I'm still where I'm at. So ladies and gentlemen, September is going to be just such a wonderful, exciting, creative month for me. And I hope that you join me on this journey. And because here's what I know, if you do, you'll get a bump. You will get a bump in the direction, because I know, see, like I told you, I'm the prosperity consciousness servant. I am the serial motivator. I made that decision and everything else is dead. Everything else is dead. So I say that to say this. Join me this Friday night. It will be September the 3rd, this Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't quite know how I'm going to put this out, but I don't want to say a fabulous Friday finish. That would be good. Or Friday night fights is what, I came up with earlier, because it is kind of like in a fight, but I don't want to make it seem like it's a struggle. It shouldn't be a struggle, man. It's a joy. It's a joy to get this experience too. And especially experiencing the main thing that can help us get to where we need to be is, and I'm going to share this with y'all, then I'm going to get on out of here because I got some things to do to prepare for Friday night. And in case you haven't noticed, we're making a transition. The world is changing, and it's not looking like it's changing for the better. It's, as we say in some circles, it's a retracement that it's possible for either it to go down and then gain some strength to come back up, to go down, find its foundation and come back up, or it's just down and it's gone and it's never coming back. Either way, I found a key. I found something that that works. I told you I had this ED, and so I know this works, and it's what I call New World Economics, period. Stupid. One moment, please. Why can't I get that? That's just crazy. Trying to get too fancy. One plus one equals 3, ladies and gentlemen. 1 plus 1 equals 3. That's the math. That's the math that I guarantee you can change can make a significant change in your life. Okay. So thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. I'm getting better because I've decided that everything else is dead as far as my area of service. Now, there's different levels of service, right? And we want to always remember, if you're like me, that our joy of service may never hear thank you. It doesn't have to. You see, it's my joy when I serve. Now, I recognize with this ED that my joy of service has a value, right? And if it has a value to you, hey, value always seeks compensation. That'll hit you about 2 o'clock in the morning. The value always seeks compensation. That's the way it works. Now, that compensation may not come in the form that we always expected, but when it does come, it doesn't, well, let me back this up. It doesn't, oh, it should, right? It should, but oftentimes it doesn't. It doesn't come every time when we perform a service, but when that value, it does get compensated every time when we perform a service from in a monetary type of way, right? But when it is compensated in a monetary type of way, it's always on time. So it doesn't come every time, but it's always on time. Hey, y'all, I want to end this session, as I will end every session, with my favorite affirmation. I learned this from Bob Proctor, but I add up my own little twist to it because you guys know, like I said, I make up some stuff, and I feel pretty good about that. I hope Picasso made us some stuff, right? Rembrandt made up some stuff. Da Vinci made up some stuff, right? Tesla made up some stuff. Carr makes up some stuff that you can use. And so anyway, here's the affirmation, and it's this, right? It's, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis as a result of my consciousness to serve. Hey, y'all, this your boy, Carr. I always have a good time when we get together. And if you like what you see, please drop me some comments. Please like this. Please, right? Because I know this is some good stuff. So with that being said, we'll catch y'all later. Have a fabulous day.